Hello, so today I will be talking about how to hold the reins correctly. First of all, first tip is to have good gloves so you have good grip, because if the reins keep slipping, then you have to really hold really tight and grab the reins really tightly and kind of squeeze your fist, and that's going to cause a lot of tension in your whole hand and your whole body, and then also that's going to translate to the horse. So that's my first tip. I also have a different video about hand position and contact, so today we're just going to focus on how to hold the reins correctly. So the rein is going to come to your hands from the horse's mouth in between your little finger and your ring finger, and then it's going to come out from between your index finger and then your thumb. And you want to have your fist closed, so you don't want your fingers to open like this, so you're just holding the rein with your thumb and your index finger. But also, quite a common mistake I see is that riders hold the rein like this so that they don't have the thumb on top. And it's actually really important to have the thumb on top, because then you don't have to squeeze so tightly to keep the rein in your hand. So you can keep it quite light, because the thumb is going to kind of lock the rein in your hand, and you definitely don't need to squeeze your thumb with a lot of strength, but it can be quite light. So you want to have this contact with the horse's mouth really light, and you don't want to be squeezed or overly tense with your hand. And you also want to have your fist upright, so you don't want your fist turning like this or turning like this, but you want to have the thumb on top. And when using the reins, you don't want to be pulling back from the reins, because that's going to cause the horse to pull against you. You always should start by just moving your fingers, because the horse is very sensitive, and it's very good to learn to actually just use these little kind of vibrations from your fingers to influence the horse, because it's not like you cannot use your hands and you cannot use your reins at all, but how you use them. And often we do a little bit too much with our hands, because as humans we are used to doing almost everything with our hands, so we always resort to using our hands a little bit too much when we are riding as well. So it always should come from our seat, and the hands should be kind of the last thing that we use. But you can also move your hands sideways a little bit. So for example, when you are turning the horse, you can kind of open the rein a little bit towards the direction where you want to go. So you don't really need to pull back from the reins. When we are pulling back, often what happens, for example, when we're turning the horse and you're pulling back from the rein, then the horse is only going to turn its head and neck and kind of fall onto the shoulder.